because I founded a center, the Anti-Bullying Center, in 1996. So ever since that day, of course, we have been researching the topic of bullying and also providing a resource, so disseminating our results to the wider world and help whoever get in touch with us. So we have a helpline, we have counseling facilities, and we have a lot of resource material. So in that sort of sense, we're all the time, I suppose, on the ball when it comes to issues relating to bullying, and we work internationally with partners as well. So we kind of know what's happening further afield, and we can take note of perhaps what sort of interventions that perhaps have been tried elsewhere. But we actually have been very much in the forefront in terms of what we have done here so far. But we just need, I suppose, greater support from the powers to be to implement, what we have found scientifically to work. Well, from our research, we know now that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are being cyberbullied, or they are involved in cyberbullying, either as victims, bullies, or both. What I see is so important is for everyone to take responsibility. So nobody should think it's somebody else's responsibility. Schools in particular, I think, who are now should be implementing a whole school community approach. And that means that they would have a policy in place which sends out a very strong message that bullying in all shapes and forms are not to be tolerated. So cyberbullying should definitely be embedded in that policy. And then the next thing would be to get all the members of the school community, that's parents, teachers, and the young people themselves, to actually understand what cyberbullying is, and all shapes of bullying, but now in particular cyberbullying. So they need to understand and realize and recognize what the causes and effects are, and also that they have a responsibility then to, for example, report whenever they are witness to other young people being bullied. So I think this is absolutely critical. So there needs to be increased knowledge from the perspective of all partners in education. I mean, education is the future for all, so if everybody can sort of take on board the reasons for behaving, what is good for society. At the present, we just need that cultural shift in attitudes and values. People think, for example, that bullying is normal, that it's character building, etc., etc., that we have a stigma around sort of grassing and reporting and ratting, or so to speak. But this is what has to be challenged. These are the sort of attitudes that we have to change, and of course it's in our scope to change them, but it requires leadership. And who are in a position to lead? Well, first of all, our politicians. So the leadership needs to be coming from the relevant sources, and that then comes down to the schools, and the schools have the leadership then to put in place what needs to be done.